After a spate of corruption allegations and the UPA under pressure, this time around the Congress is coming out with a manifesto that is expected to be full of promises. Over to Sanket Upadhyay now for more.
That's right. Very good morning, Maha. It is in fact going to be a very crucial day as far as the Congress party is concerned, because this tenure from 2009 to 2014 has seen a number of corruption incidents, a lot that has put the position of the Congress party in a very challenging spot. Let's quickly find out first, with its back pinned to the wall over scams, Congress will in fact be releasing its election manifesto today. As Maha pointed out, the manifesto is expected to focus heavily on social sector spending, including adding 2 more rights-based legislations for healthcare and employment. Now, Party President Sonia Gandhi will release the manifesto in the presence of a number of Congress leaders, including the Prime Minister. Interestingly, the manifesto is likely to spell out specific measures to reduce corruption and repatriate black money stashed away abroad. So, something that was the poll agenda as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned in 2009 could in fact feature in the Congress manifesto in 2014. So, it will be interesting what actually is going to happen. We have our reporters covering every nook and cranny of Lutyens, Delhi, from all political parties, all camps. Ashar Khan joining us from the Congress headquarters, Gaurav Sawant joining us from Vijay Chowk, as well as Shiv Arur joining us from the BJP headquarters. But coming across to you, Ashar, first, good morning. What is actually happening in the Congress office? I mean, a number of things that we have actually seen that the Congress proposes in this particular manifesto.
Well, the Congress party is trying to get hold of certain masses. That is why what we are expecting is that this manifesto will be giving something to entire length and breadth of the country. What we've been given to understand is that there would be specific issues as far as social spending is concerned, and also after that there would be right to health, right to sanitation, and also there would be pensions for the unemployed and also for the self-employed. So clearly the Congress party trying to bring in a security net, a safety net, so that the Aam Aadmi of which it represents can fall back on. And secondly, the very important aspect here is that in the last 5 years, as many elections in the country have shown, the Congress has been losing support, and it feels that this would be one way of trying to arrest that decline.
Okay, now Maha, you have also covered the Congress party very closely. You have in fact have also been witness to the 2009 manifesto that was actually released by the Congress party. The hint that we get and what Ashar is in fact telling us what exactly is supposed to happen. The focus, it seems, as far as the Congress is very clear. Social sector, the masses. Just take us through what really you feel is the Congress strategy going to be, especially when they have had such a tumultuous time between 2009 and 2014.
Well, Sanket, the Congress party has more or less felt that the social sector has reaped good benefits for it and the schemes that they have provided to the people. However, one factor this time that will weigh heavily on their mind is that they have not been able to carry forward the message of the social sector schemes that they had actually floated. Right to food, one of the important social sector schemes, but those have not been carried to the masses properly. And that will be something, Sanket, that is going to be weighing heavily on the Congress's mind this time. When they come out with their manifesto, they are likely to highlight also the past schemes and what benefits it has reaped for the people of the country.
Okay. What's the buzz? Gaurav Sawant is joining us from Vijay Chowk with all the buzz, political buzz today. Gaurav.
Sanket, this is Rahul Gandhi's manifesto. Rahul Gandhi has had extensive interactions with stakeholders. He's spoken to ex-servicemen, he's spoken to women, he's interacted extensively with one constituency that the Congress is targeting this time, and that is the urban poor. They neither come in the category of the very economically weaker section, nor are they the middle class. So this is the new middle class that Rahul Gandhi is trying to target. Absolutely. 70,000 crore of these people, 70 crore people that Rahul Gandhi is trying to target. What is it that the Congress party manifesto will have? Well, we've been getting the buzz from the Congress party headquarters. We've been speaking to a number of Congress leaders, and this time, right to having an employment, right to a job is something that the Congress party will focus on. They're trying to build consensus on getting the private sector to give jobs to economically weaker sections in the society. Easy loans for job creation, self-employment for this 70 crore urban poor constituency. Whether it's a rickshaw puller or a hawker, he should be able to not only generate a job for himself but also for others around him. That is one of the focus. Youth and women remain the focus for the Congress party. 49% of the electorate are women, and Rahul Gandhi's manifesto, as this manifesto is being called, will focus a lot on how women can be employed and educated, because the perception is you teach them, they teach others. You not only have a vote bank today, you'll have a vote bank in the times to come.
No, but then Gaurav, the biggest problem for the Congress party was, the post 16th December protest that actually took place, because the bigger issue as far as women are concerned is also their safety. And let's see how this government is actually going to feature that somehow, or the party is going to feature that somehow in his manifesto. But cutting across to the Bharatiya Janata Party headquarters where Shiv Arur stands by. Now Shiv, it would be very safe on your part as well as our part to actually assume that the Bharatiya Janata Party will be unhappy with whatever the Congress actually proposes in its manifesto. Can you just take us through what will be the points on which the BJP is going to attack the Congress?
In fact, all indications are, Sanket, that they already are very unhappy and, obviously sharpening their claws for when the manifesto actually comes out. A couple of quick points that we already have very specific indicators of as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. They're going to, as far as what Gaurav mentioned about the private sector reservations, there's a very clear sense that that's going to be one of the promises in this manifesto. The BJP is going to be very careful about that. They're going to harp on the issue of opportunism, but they're not going to talk about the substance and the issue of reservations and affirmative action itself, because, no political party can be expected, especially, right before the elections, to actually go out on a limb and comment on, the efficacy or, the bad or good as far as reservations are concerned, because the BJP already has a reputation as far as Dalits are concerned. On the other hand, as far as the, the rights-based legislations like Maha and Gaurav were just mentioning, right to employment, right to health, the BJP's attack, we can very much expect it to be on the following lines. For the last 10 years, the Congress-led UPA has sunk the economy, brought manufacturing down to a slump, and now just before the elections, it has typically resorted to these right-based, social welfare, left-of-center agenda in an effort to actually, shore up votes and actually sort of project itself as a national party, taking everyone on board. So they're basically going to try their attack, and we've been speaking to our sources in the BJP since the morning. The attack is going to be opportunism. The attack is going to be a lack of commitment as far as corruption and the economy is concerned, and it's going to be about how Rahul Gandhi's hypocrisies are reflected through many of the promises that will be made in this manifesto. Those are the three main indicators we're getting about the BJP.
Okay, Ashar, as we quickly hand back to Maha, the last word to you. Just take us through how the Congress party actually proposes to deal with this criticism that is going to be mounted by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and also the public mood largely, which seems to be heading towards anti-incumbency.
The Congress is very clear as far as its strategy is concerned. They're saying that Rahul Gandhi has had multiple interactions with several stakeholders as far as the manifesto is concerned. Secondly, they've gone on to say that as far as the economy is concerned, Narendra Modi does not have a vision. The BJP does not have a vision. We've not seen any vision which is coming out from Narendra Modi or the BJP. On the other hand, they will also harp on this fact. What we've been told is that they will try and project BJP as an obstructionist party in the parliament. What the Congress party has been saying and what the message has been given to the cadres is that they have to go out and propagate this message that whenever any important economic decision was taken, be it the GST, be it the FDI in multi-brand or single brand, BJP was always opposing only for the sake of opposing. So that is something which the Congress is trying to propagate to its cadres so that it can eventually go on to the masses, trying to say that the Congress tried to do good work, but it was obstructed in Parliament by the opposition.
Okay, Ashar, one last and important question. What's really the protocol? What time is this manifesto release going to happen? What really is the way in which it is actually done? Very briefly.
Well, what is expected is that at around 1 in the afternoon today, the Congress President, the Congress Vice President, the Prime Minister and senior leaders of the Congress will be present here at the Congress headquarters. in Akbar Road, after which the entire ceremony will start, which is that the pamphlets of the manifesto and the manifesto will be released by the Congress President and the Prime Minister. Both the Congress President and the Prime Minister will speak. Prime Minister will primarily be focusing on the last 10 years of work which his government has done, and the Congress President will definitely put her weight behind the work
Rahul
done
Gandhi be
by
on the
the Prime
stage, Ashar?
Minister. Well, Rahul Gandhi will definitely be there, but there is no clarity whether he'll be speaking or not.
Okay.
But yes, what is expected is that there is a question-answer session after the
Now that's gonna be
ceremony is
crucial.
over. Perhaps there Rahul will be able to answer questions.
Absolutely. Ashar Ahmed Khan, Gaurav Sawant, Shiv Arur, Maha, as you can see, it's very clear that the Congress party wants to, send out a message as far as its voters are concerned, that it is going to be a rights-based manifesto. They will try to give the best that they can. But as Shiv was pointing out, the BJP will mount its opposition and they would question the way perhaps belated promises that are being made by the Congress party. How it fares with the people will be very interesting to see.
Well, absolutely, and they'll have a point to make about the party, about the coalition being in government for 10 years and not having done
Absolutely.
much. Many thanks, Sanket, for joining us with all that.